Welcome to the show. Bass and Bonsai in the house, not out on the water, and we are on the computer. So, in this video, before I'm getting ready to put together a couple other videos on my favorite this, that, how to look for different stuff, using your computer, phone, or, whatever on the internet. And after Jay asked me a few questions a while back and suggested on videos, and even for myself as far as navigating as even my channel, since we have over 12, like we're going to be close to pushing 1,500 videos out before long. So even navigating just through my channel can be difficult on looking for a certain video on a certain thing or whatever if you want to go back and rewatch stuff. So it's not for you guys that are familiar and know how to use, whether it be Google search or browser, to look for things. But I'm just going to kind of show you how I do it, even on my own channel, looking if I want to go back and re-look at a video and, if somebody comments on one, it's easy, it's right there. But like then I'm like, well, how many, usually what Jay was talking about, crappie fishing. So whether you're on my channel, you're on eBay, you're on AliExpress, which AliExpress has a horrible way of doing it. It kind of works like the algorithm on YouTube. It won't necessarily guarantee you the exact order of the exact words you put in. It could throw just random stuff in there, and you may never see stored or a certain thing for sale on AliExpress even after you've put in the exact words in the search. And YouTube's algorithm works similar to that. Usually, Google, there's so many things on Google, and even with YouTube, searching stuff for my channel is also a little difficult, but there's some keywords you can use. And same thing sort of on AliExpress, but as far as it's kind of the best shot you got if you're out just wanting to look for stuff for yourself, whether it be something to buy or a certain just something you want to watch as far as a YouTube video, or maybe just look at pictures on the internet, right, of certain reels, just to decide what that reel looks like, different angles, maybe pictures of it, high definition pictures or videos. So anyway, let's just start with my channel, because Jay was commenting about putting out some crappie videos, and I'll be honest, like I mentioned, over 1,200, 1,300, I don't even know for sure exactly how many. It's a bunch. So you're at my channel now, and you may think it's easier to do this or do that. And I have some put together in little playlist groupings, but in all honesty, the best way to really try to track down anyway is just to search up here in this little search bar. And the key to looking for videos for me is to just add that bonsai word. Hardly nobody in the fishing stuff has bonsai on there. So if you add whatever you're looking for, if you want to see my chatterbait videos, which there's a ton of chatterbait videos, or crappie videos if there are any, or little creeks or streams or something like that, you basically are just going to go up here, and the first thing I would put in, I actually usually put in bass. I leave out the end, and I put in bonsai, and then just put crappie. So yeah, there's some lady holding a baby. I have no idea what that has to do with, but you go over here, and there I am. How to have fun bass and crappie fishing, winter bass and crappie fishing part 1, how to crappie fish, bait casting gear, crappie fishing for dinner. There's several. There's me without a shirt on. Oh boy. How to find cold water winter bass and crappie. So they already do have several different little crappie videos out. How to fish for crappie with BFS gear, bait casting combo 3 years ago. Like there's already a bunch of videos out there. I'm not saying like if somebody suggests or enough of you guys suggest I should do this and that, because just like, we all kind of rehash the same stuff, right? You could only talk about fishing gear and certain baits and certain stuff for so long without just waiting until something brand new pops up, right? So there's me fishing with WD-40. I don't think that had anything to do with crappie fishing, but it did get 19,000 views. That's probably why it threw it in there first. It's the algorithm, and that's why everybody, if you see them, like, subscribe, share, just all those little likes and stuff help get your channel and your videos more likely to get put in the mix on a search. And that's how a lot of, for whatever reason, that algorithm, and then speak of the devil, tactical bass, and I was going to use them as an example also later on here. But so you'll find most of the videos that had to do with that. So let's just say, okay, we wanted to know about, like, if you're all about BFS fishing, you don't want anything to do with, the bass, the chatterbaits and stuff like that. You could just type BFS. And then like there's tons of these videos though. So if you want to know specific, certain rod or reel or whatever, well, BFS baits, and a lot of times I get a little more specific on certain stuff there. You may see a video of just a couple baits, or some of them I go in there for beginners on the basics on there's the rod and reel combo that everybody keeps asking about, and I've mentioned, and a few guys are like, where's the Black Knight 2? Well, the Black Knight 2 is sitting down at the lake on that rod. Remember the pink rod, the golden carp, or a golden mud carp, or whatever it is? It's like an $18 rod. That combo is sitting down at the lake, and there's one of the first video, I think me and Charles out fishing it. But anyway, it's real simple to kind of search once you guys do this for yourself. And I'm not trying to knock, I'm not knocking you guys in general, but just people on the internet, some of the questions asked is crazy. Like, I'll literally put it out in a video. If you watch the video, it explains the exact questions. It gives the answers to the exact questions that I get in the comments, like, a lot of the time. I'm like, I answered that. And I've even had Charles ask me the same question. I said, Charles, you were there, and did you watch the video? So it's just one of those things. If you watch a video, on a lot of these videos, it's, I don't know, like just some of the questions you will get. But the biggest question I get is, how to find something, or where's this at, or where's that at. And it's usually something I've already even mentioned in the video or in a comment on a video that only has like 10 comments. I'm like, well, evidently you don't read the video, or you don't watch the videos, and you don't read the comments. You must just read the header and see a picture of the first thing, and then you ask about it. So anyway, going off subject, but let's go back, and they keep popping up. Tactical Bassin was putting out something. So Tactical Bassin is another one of those, like Bass and Bonsai, right, that they just have. And why is my computer not working? They have a ton of videos out there. You want to search tactical bass and different stuff, you're going to be lost. So it's, I think oh boy, I lost my mind there. So you see here, I've got it in the search tactical bassin. So it's one word, but then you're going to be lost. You just go find videos that have tactical bassin on it. But if you want to know what they did with swim baits, chatterbaits, there's certain type of baits, or what they were doing, or largemouth or smallmouth, you could do that also. But so, like, they're probably, I guess, most known for swim baits. So if you wanted to look at their swim bait videos, which there's a ton of those, so we'll just go swim baits, and it should bring up, now they may not all be in order, but it should bring up a lot of videos that Tactical Bassin had to do with putting out on swim baits, which there should be a bunch of these, because these are probably the most well-known fishermen that fish with a lot of higher-end gear stuff for bigger bass. They, now they're making a living doing it, traveling around, going to, honey holes, big lake honey holes, but spots and where the big swim baits, or swim baits in general, and the little Key-Tex and all that kind of stuff, right? Now, which they've talked about it, and we've noticed over the years, once they come away from some of that sweet fishing over there in California, they're going to Chickamauga and these places that are still good sweet fishing, but you start going around, you can't always throw big stuff, and you got to downsize. And like we've all learned with the whole COVID and 10 million more fishermen since then kind of thing, everybody's having to kind of either finesse more or downsize stuff, and they're doing that also. But the very first, when they were still strictly out over in California, they were always putting out videos on, primarily bigger stuff. I'm like, dude, you throw that here, you'll be throwing it all day, and you'll be lucky if you get one hit. And you can tear them up on chatterbaits and on other smaller jigs and different stuff right and left. Just depends on the part of the country you're in. But yeah, so if you wanted to do finesse, you could just put in, finesse, like, say basically you're like, well, how does Tactical Bassin finesse? So let's just see. I spelled that totally wrong, I think, didn't I? Yeah. Finesse. What did I do? Oh, hang on. Give me a second here. I didn't spell it wrong. I typed it wrong. I had it right in my mind. So then you could just, there's several videos where they talk about finesse jigs, finesse this, finesse fishing, or how their perception of finesse. So anyway, that's how you would search, basically YouTube videos. If I'm going to go on YouTube and, if you're looking for a certain type of reel, just type it in. You'll see tons of videos on it. Or if you just want to watch unboxing videos, fishing reel unboxing videos, you search that in or whatever. But same thing on AliExpress, except it can get very, so we're on AliExpress now. I've had several people want to share links to this, to that, so I'm just going to go here and see if it'll bring it up for me. So and here's why, if somebody's like, oh, where's the link? Where's the link? Well, unless I just got it, or like when I was, from a certain store, if I recommend it from them, I hate really sharing links because a lot of times the place, and that's what I do, and I talked about in the last live video I did. I may have bought it from this store, or whatever. They come from different stores, right? Or can. So I hate to share the link unless I've just recently, because it takes a month, and then if it's a video I put out, the unboxing, and then a month later I'm giving a review or something, and unless I've really went back and checked to see where the place, this is work you guys can do yourself, or if you've bought it from a store, it's better to come in here and go back to AliExpress. It could be cheaper from a different store. AliExpress is one of the ones, like in Japan, you typically have Digitaka. You check there first usually, right? It's going to be the cheapest if they've got it in stock. AliExpress isn't like that. One place maybe throwing up some sale. This other one decided to do this, or a new store just pops up, or something happens, and out of all the places I've bought stuff and never really paid attention or cared which store it came from, I just went with the cheapest one that was out there because there's all these sales floating around. I've only ever had the one problem, and I keep mentioning it, and I will probably till the day I die. But the ZB fishing store kept sending me the wrong reel, right? They sent close to the right one, then the wrong one on the Micro Monster. That's the only downfall of an issue I've had with the store, and I played it wrong on the second one. I should have played that differently, but I kind of sort of accepted that I would send it back to him until I realized it was going to cost me $15 basically to send it back, and I would have been out that money. So I just bit the bullet on all of it, said screw that dude, and I'll be dogging that store because he tried to call me a liar, that like I switched the reel out, not him, but he did. Anyway, that's in other videos for another day. But like right now, and you can find a lot of times they'll be having different deals, but this is kind of like AliExpress is almost like Tackle Warehouse. Anytime they're giving 15% off, you truly don't know on a lot of items what the cost is until you click on it. Look in here. Sometimes there'll be super deals, super coupons, so you might want to click on that and be like, okay, collect that, or collect whatever ones. I don't want to sign in, but it's want me to sign in because I don't have a thing. But basically, you click on those, collect them. You'll figure out what reel you want, put it to your cart. See, it wants me to cart, but then go put it, and then click on the little indicator deal on the side of your cart, and then that'll usually tell you what the true cost is. Like sometimes this could be, it'll show 77, and it may go down to 70, it may go down to 75, or when they're having real good deals, sometimes they'll drop even cheaper than that. But I recommend doing the searching yourself on most of that stuff, unless you just can't find it. There's certain stuff will pop up on AliExpress, and no matter what you do, you can't get that item to pop up. And it's still, I think it's the boost spring. I still can't get to pop up on here. They make a spring that just popped up one day on my phone on the AliExpress app, but I still can't get it to pop up on this computer. I still can't find it. I can't track it down. But as you can see, AliExpress has a ton of spools. And then there's that new spool for the, that spool's crazy. There's a new spool, if you guys haven't seen it yet, the Aldebaran 22. They claim, I'm pretty sure, and I want to say, oh, I can't remember his name, but on BFS Fishing, I think it's TJ, had commented that that thing is legit, that it actually, I think they're trying to say it weighs 3 grams with that bearing. That's some kind of new bearing or something. But crazy light spool for what was already an awesome with the MGL spool. The BFS XG, the 22 Aldebaran, which I had but has resistance. So anyway, that's how you navigate. So hopefully you guys have seen that, and on other videos, one of the best places for searching anything is eBay. Is usually awesome about, if you, they only pull in with that exact word. Like if you add one extra word, that will never make it in the search. It kind of helps you from keeping stupid stuff from popping in there. If you're looking for specific rod, reels, whatever item, merchandise you're looking to buy, used or new, eBay has a lot of stuff on there. I'm going to tell you one last place, and then I'm done with the searching of the stuff. I want you to come back, and we're going to talk about what I found out at Rogers Sporting Goods. I'm going to make another live stream talking about that. But Ichabod Tackle is a place. Right at this moment, all this stuff they have used, but they have a secondhand reel and tune-up parts category. And this is where I used to find some good deals, and I'm not saying you can't, but it's a good one to have. And if you just happen to be browsing, you're thinking of, you know, secondhand JDM stuff other than eBay. So they have some Daiwa, Megabass, Shimano. They haven't had any Megabass stuff for a while, but they do get it in from time to time. It's basically just that store probably takes in, you know, allows people maybe a chunk off, or just buys used stuff from guys that maybe a smaller store. I don't know how they work, to be honest. But so we'll go to Daiwa, Japan, which is where we were. We want bait casting reels, and they carry other baits. They carry a lot of other stuff, but this is, I've kind of only ever really used them. I was back in the day when I'd want to find some of these harder to find items and used a lot of times. And that may be the lightest Daiwa Millionaire ever. And you can't click on it because it's not available. Right now, it looks like they do have the newer style Millionaire in a left-handed version. So like right now, for 328 bucks, you could buy this reel. And they usually do a good job of taking pretty good pictures. If I can figure out how to click on one. But yeah, anyway, so there's a good place. If you don't know about them, you just want to keep an eye. It's also a good place just to go. You can come in here, and it's kind of a good place to look at all the older stuff, because they usually have pretty good pictures. You know, if you've never seen the one, or a Pixie, Daiwa Pixie, some of these other Daiwa, Shimano older reels, and some of the hard to find stuff, like down here, I was trying to show you. There's a new CT SV, like the TD Ito. There'll be good pics in there. Just other different stuff you can track down. But so anyway, as I'm getting out of here, let's go back to the boost. You can't find that. Here's a good ending point here. I've been up in the air because these are getting cheaper and cheaper. You can get that Valiant Eagle 2 real cheap, and I don't really want one. If I didn't have a fishing channel, I would not mess with these on, but I'm debating on getting one or the other to try to, you know, just to do some videos on that kind of stuff. I'll be honest, I've been debating on buying a whole nother BFS XG Aldebaran 22 just to, I wouldn't get the HG. I didn't like that high gear. I think it was it was over geared for, just, I didn't like it, that it was too high a gear. But I've been debating buying the next lower gear, and that spool, two things: check out that spool. Other thing is find out how, if the other one I would buy is more freed up than the one I had, because I'm going to be talking about some other Shimano reels in the next upcoming video. But anyway, I'll be back with that. What I found out at Rogers Sporting Goods, the good, the bad, and the ugly, bass fishing and BFS fishing reels at Rogers Sporting Goods when I checked them all out. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Get out and go bass and bonsai. Oh yeah, I'm one cinnamon Coke drink in towards the new year. So we'll see if my speech gets slurred, which it normally is anyway. Let's go.